Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live, guys. Today we're talking about joy. Because joy is at times a misunderstood concept which can really impact your life in a pretty major way. So thanks for being here. Let's dive into the topic. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com or michaeldasher.com to see about what we do, as we do, how we do it, when we do it, etc. So let's dive in. So today, again, we're talking about joy. And point one is that at times we think that joy follows the engagement of some type of thing that we enjoy. I mean, the thing that we like to do. If I can just eat some chocolate, if I can watch the Lakers finally win a basketball game, I would be in joy. However, if you can reverse that concept, that paradigm, and think about joy coming from actually, at times, doing the things that you don't want to do. That's the weird thing about joy. So let's dive into this topic. So when you are engaged in discipline, so in the mornings I run in the morning in the sand, it's pretty intense. And a lot of time, pretty much every day, I do not feel like running because I'm running like 4 to 5 miles. It kind of depends. And it's early. A lot of times it's like, or I get up really early in the morning too, and it's like, whoa, that cannot be the alarm, And so, but when I get up and do what I do, my morning spiritual practice, I read and do things that I do, I write, do my morning life, as a result of saying no to my impulse to stay in bed, which I don't always do. At times I do stay in bed. I just give in to that impulse. Or I give in to just not doing what I need to be doing. I guess there is a certain amount of joy from not running 4 miles or whatever I'm not doing that I should be doing. But that's super short-lived. And I also don't benefit from the execution of doing what I know is best for me. And so by denying myself, by running those miles or getting up hella early in the morning, the funny thing is that, funny meaning interesting, is that when I do those things, don't kind of follow my pleasurable impulses, like to stay in bed longer or not to run those 4 miles, I feel less joyful. So when I give in to the temporary pleasure of not running or whatever I need to do that I should be doing, I feel less joyful. Right? But when I deny myself, so to speak, and get up and run and do what else I need to do, and part of it as a sidebar, the idea is not just see it as drudgery. I find it's important to try to work on loving that, being up early in the morning and running those 4 miles. That's a long-term, long game process right there, let me tell you. So, but the point is that in that denying myself, saying no to more sleep or saying no to whatever temporary pleasure I'm getting, in the long term, but just completing the process of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I feel joyful. So joy comes from, ironically, doing things that not doing things that I enjoy in the short term, looking for the longer term joy, or not even that, looking for the joy of doing what I know is going to help build me, build my family, build my community, make proud and make manifest the dreams of my ancestors. So, many of us, we have dreams for our family, and these are long-term dreams. We have our own dreams, of course, but you have to imagine that our ancestors, people like me, I'm Black, so people who were brought to this country under extraordinary duress, had to have a dream to hold on to survive the Middle Passage, so that one day their progeny, me, could survive, right? Or before that, obviously, in time, because life began, as we know, on the savannas of Eastern Africa, when those earliest human beings, began to become conscious of the possibilities of the world. I can imagine them kind of dreaming, or after that, the Egyptians, when they were living the life in that part of the country, using the Egyptian mystery systems. I'm sure they had an element of that where they imagined, future generations. Well, that's us. That's me. And so I'm simply extending that, living my best life as I can here, but also for my family and my own future generations, right? For my progeny. So it's extending that and learning how to look forward for, and live not just for myself, but for those who will come after us. So I've totally got off. I'm not sure what I'm talking about right now. I was in a temporal menagerie. I was out there, right? I'm back though. But the point is that when we do what needs to be done in terms of discipline, for example, or spiritual practice, and that's part of my life, for example, that leads to the joy, which goes into point 2. When you're feeling joyful, when you have this right here, listen, it's attractive to people because a lot of people don't really have that. They would like to be joyful. And instead, as a sidebar, what I find is that when people are not joyful, they attack those who are joyful. They see people who enjoy living life, living their best life. As Reverend Michael Beckwith says, the mediocrity always attacks excellence, which is such a weird, as opposed to being inspired by excellence, they tend to attack it, which is terrible. I've experienced that in my life a lot, certainly as a Black professional man who's excellent, who really believes in excellence, but who works at it and really grinds and does what I need to do. But I have to tell you, I've been attacked so much for Black excellence. It's really, at times, by Black people, but mostly by non-Black people, because at times, folks who are not Black aren't accustomed to excellence in this form. It subverts the white supremacist idea that white people are the standard, the best, and that when someone Black who is excellent comes along and does it better than they do, quite frankly, they get really weird. The things I've seen as a Black professional, guys, you would think I was exaggerating. It's been so crazy. But I know other Black professionals who are also excellent. No, I'm not exaggerating, because that's what I've learned by talking to other Black professionals, is that that's a response to white supremacy. Black excellence makes white people who are white supremacists, which is frankly a lot of white people, unfortunately, not at times even in consciousness, but just how they respond, for example, to Black excellence. It's really deep. If you ever want to gather an interesting group of Black people who are excellent at what they do, I'm telling you, the stories you'll hear, you'll think people are exaggerating, because the response is so consistent across industries, across lifestyles. Again, I'm totally off topic, but the point I'm getting to is that it is in that excellence that manifests from saying no to the self at times, and you get that feeling of joy, and you attract people, because it's beautiful to be in that joy. And as you get to a certain point in your life, you kind of realize that, wow, life is short and death is certain for everybody. So while I'm here, let me try to get some joy, and which goes right into point 3. As you are identifying, doing the work, at times saying no in the short term to have the joy, that joy, point 2, produces a light that's attractive, which allows you to attract people to help you on your mission, which goes into point 3. As you get the help, because it takes help. That's my experience. It takes help, even for those of us who are self-sufficient, self-starters. I know I need help. And so when you can live a life that's joyful and attractive, you attract the people who can come and help you manifest your dreams, their dreams, your communal dreams, your ancestral dreams. And it all has a way of working out. So boom, a ghost of dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. for the last show of the week. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.